A tip before hurricanes to help you keep your food refrigerated. On top of the hurricane box that you already have prepared, if you live in Florida, with canned food, flashlight, batteries, water, any medical emergency kit or documentation, anything that you already have prepared, I read this tip from a hurricane survivor that lived in a condo alone with no power for 3 days. It's so simple that you are going to laugh. I wish I knew this when I was 7 days with no electricity. So if you don't have a generator, an electrical generator like I didn't have back then, one of the many issues after a hurricane or a storm passed is that the power is gone. There is no electricity. It could be for 1 day or 1 week or more. So one of the many challenges is to keep the food cool. I'm gonna read what he wrote because I think it's very helpful. I froze tap water in several 2-liter bottles or 67 ounces bottle. I also froze bottles of bottled water, 16 or 20 ounces. Days prior, I turned down the AC temperature in my apartment to 71. So when the power went off, my condo walls, ceilings, and floors would be at 71 and keep me cooler longer. I never opened any windows. It's better to have 80 degrees air in my condo without humidity. When I went to bed the second and third night, I took 2 frozen small bottles of water and put each in a Ziploc bag to collect condensation, and then put each bottle in a sock. Then I placed a bottle on each side of me to help keep my body temperature down. During the day, I poured that cool water into towels and wrapped it around my neck. There is no need for an old man like me to be suffering of a heat stroke. When the power went out, I took all my frozen food and bottles of water and packed into coolers and put the coolers into the freezer and the refrigerator. My food was still frozen when the power was restored 74 hours later. I took shelves out of the refrigerator section, packed remaining space around outside of coolers with as many frozen bottles of water as you can fit. I believe that this tip will help food cold for 5 or more days with plenty of cooling water. So in 20 years that I live in Broward County, I've seen many storms and hurricanes, not as devastating and as deadly as Hurricane Ian in September 2022 last year in Lee County, the Gulf of Mexico, more specifically in Fort Myers. But the one that I remember is IRMA, September 2017. We had a newborn in the family. My daughter had her newborn. And thank God for family, and thank God for friends, and thank God for family and friends with electricity. Because even though in the house we were living there was no electricity for 7 days, my mom decided to stay there. That's another story. We were blessed enough to stay with family and friends. But I remember going out, driving from gas station to gas station or store to store looking for ice, and then we will distribute the ice bags to friends and family who didn't have electricity, didn't have a generator to keep the food cool. So this frozen water bottle tip is so simple. There's nothing out of the ordinary. It's an old trick, but it could come very, very handy when you are 4 or 5 days without electricity. Because remember, when the storm passed, we still have 90 degrees, 100 degrees and more. So I hope this adds to your hurricane preparedness. I have another tip that I think it might make a difference. It's a waterproof box. In this box, you can put the list of phone numbers and emergency contacts. I don't know how you are, I know how I am. I don't remember phone numbers. Also, you can store medical records, prescription information, cash for emergency, bank account information, the list of savings or investment, including CDs, stocks, bonds, and mutual funds, household inventory for insurance purposes, a list of insurance policies and contact information, copies of wills, trust, and living wills, titles for your house or the title for your car, your boat, or other properties, birth certificate, marriage certificate, divorce, adoption certificates, passport, driver license, and social security cards or green cards. Any document that will be difficult to recuperate if lost. So I hope you find this helpful, and if you ever have a question about Broward County and real estate, don't hesitate to call me. I will be happy to help. Thank you so much for watching. Be safe out there, and God bless you.